2020 Design 11 offers many modifications to your countertops. If you want to modify a countertop, all you need to do is right-click on the item that you want to modify. Now, in the kitchen that we're working on, I'm going to modify the countertop of our island. If I move my cursor to that countertop, you'll notice the entire countertop is highlighted in green. Matter of fact, as I move around the room, anytime I place my cursor on top of a countertop, you'll see that it's green. If I want to modify a corner, I will move my cursor to the corner point and a little point appears. If I move my cursor to the edge of a countertop, the edge is highlighted. That shows you exactly what you're about to modify. Now, what's the trick to this? The trick to this is you take your cursor and move it just inside of the item and right click. As an example, if I right click just inside that green line, you'll notice that I have two options for modifying my countertop. I can modify all of the countertop, which is surface, or I can modify just the line. If I go back to my corner point and I move my cursor just to the inside of the corner point and right click, I will have the same thing occur. It says surface item or point. So right-clicking on the item will allow you to determine what you modify. Now, if I move back down to point for just a second, I want you to notice that I can move a point, I can bevel a point, which is a clipped corner, I can notch it, and I can radius it. If I wanted to radius this corner, which is not what I want to do yet, I want to radius the whole end. But if I wanted to radius the whole corner, I would left-click on radius and simply type in the dimension of the radius. If it's a 3-inch radius, I type in 3, hit enter, I have a 3-inch radius. Now, if I want to modify the line, let's come back out of there. I'm going to right-click just inside the line. I'm going to highlight line and move to a feature called Add Line. Now, I want to radius the end, but I want to show you Add Line first. I'm going to left-click on Add Line, and that gives me the ability to extend the line. I can extend the line as far as I want, simply left-click, and my line has been extended. Before I go any further, though, I want to explain something. You may have noticed, hopefully you noticed, that the blue lines appeared on all the countertops when I made that change. The reason that they appeared was because I have made a shape change to the countertop. When I was in Countertop Wizard originally, I told Countertop Wizard what type of backsplash, what type of edges I wanted on the countertop. Once I make a shape change to it, it wants me to go back and revalidate that I still want those same selections, or maybe I want to make a change. We will revalidate once we're done. Now I'm going to go ahead and click undo because I didn't want to extend the countertop. I wanted to radius the countertop. So I'm going to go ahead again and right click just inside the line, highlight line, go to radius end, and you'll see that I can radius the end of the countertop simply by moving my mouse. Now I'm going to move all the way out here and left click so I have a full radius on the end of this countertop. All my lines are going to turn blue again, which means I need to validate. So to validate, I simply right click in the middle of a countertop, highlight the countertop, move down to the feature called Validate. Validate will reopen the wizard, and you'll see that all of these selections at the top are still blue, which means 2020 knows they are still good. I don't need to change anything there. But it does have a question. It wants to know about the edges. Did I need to add any more pliance edges, or do I need to place any more beveled edges? Right now, I don't need to add any more pliance edges, so I will click Next. Placing edges, that's the bevel edges I originally selected. If I look around the room, everything is purple where the edge should be. I don't see any place I should change the edge, so all looks good. I'll simply click Next. If I want to make any additional notes, I can, and then I will click Finish, and you'll notice all of the blue lines are gone. Now, one other thing will appear. Anytime I revalidate, it's going to come back and it's going to give me my assistance summary. This is a great place for you to go down and look at rules to the countertop design, overhangs, distances between countertops, and recommendations. Now, I can go through and read these, which I've already done in my kitchen. I already know that this is exactly the countertop that I want. All I need to do is click on the X to close that. And once I do so, I'm ready to continue my kitchen design.